Right, so that's ticking down, 47 seconds. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this festive live stream. I've got two fantastic guests who are going to join me, and we're going to go through some of our favourite Christmas films. So without further ado, I will introduce my guests, who are Ian Hill, The Ramblings, and Only Sands. So that's Ian and Darren.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
No, I think this is a perfect combination, a perfect blend to go through some diverse Christmas films. I think Darren will bring some horror in, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I'll try.
And Ian will bring a few traditional films in, I think, won't you?
Yeah, I'll do a bit of both.
And I'll bring a bit of non-conventional in.
Yeah.
Some films that some people don't consider Christmas films, but I do. So there we go. Right. So are you ready for Christmas, you guys?
I am. I finished work on. I've got to do a little bit of work over Christmas, but I finished work on Thursday, which was quite nice. But yeah, no, I'm ready. We're going away on Tuesday, so that's really good. We're going to be waited on over Christmas. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Where are you going? Are you going abroad?
Just to friends. Oh, right, yeah. That's all. Yeah, just down Portsmouth way. Right. So it'll be nice. We went last year and they really looked after us. So we jumped at it again when they asked. Don't have to worry about anything. It's all done when you get there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's the best sort of Christmas, where you're waited on hand and foot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I'm going up to Lake District for a couple of nights. We've got some friends who live up there, so I'm sure we'll get waited on for a couple of days. So yeah,
very nice.
Have you got any plans, Ian, or are you just?
Well, it's always a bad time of year for me because my wife died on Boxing Day, so I'm slowly. It's got better over years, over let's say 5 years. It's about 6 years since she died. So this year, I think next year is going to be. I've had a bad year anyhow, so I'm always looking forward. I think next year will be so much better, really. So I'm looking. Because my son had quite a few health problems as well, so it's been a bad year as well as myself. But you know, you always look forward. So I think next year will be better. But I do love Christmas. I do love Christmas. Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Me too.
Yeah.
Right then. So we'll get off because we've probably got a couple of hours to get through 15 films. We've all chosen 5 films of our favourite Christmas films, and we're going to start off with one of Ian's choices, which is The Snowman. So if you want to have a little about The Snowman.
Because it just represents sort of a positive, great side to Christmas. It represents. It's just a nice. I know a nice feeling, even though the ending is really quite sad. You know, the way it ends is sad, but that's part of sort of growing up as well. I think about the child seeing how he sees the world and everything. I just think it's such a beautiful animation, and the song, of course, stands out in it. It just represents. It's been on the television a lot over years, and but I watch it. I've got it on. I've got a DVD of it. Also with Father Christmas, which is Raymond Briggs, because Raymond Briggs did it. they're sort of like companion pieces, actually.
Yeah.
But and I like the Father Christmas one because it's got Mel Smith doing narration, and it's very funny and it's really good. But I chose The Snowman because it just represented that sort of feeling about Christmas. It's beautifully done, and when I watch it every year. What more can you say? It's on every year as well.
It's a nice little short Christmas film to get you in the spirit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite an enchanting animated film. Yeah.
It is. It is. And I'm glad because I took some notes down and I wasn't sure which snowman it was. Because there's a Michael Fassbender film that came out about 10 years ago about a serial killer called The Snowman. So I took notes on both. But no, I loved The Snowman as a kid. I still, if it's on now, I'll watch it. It's just one of those movies that kind of sums up the Christmas TV season. Do you know what I mean? It was always there from when I was a kid. I think it came out in about 82 or something.
82,
yeah. So I was like 9 years old when this came along, and even now it really hits you there, doesn't it? Whenever it's on, and always interesting as well. And I know most people know this. It wasn't actually Alan Jones that sang the song.
That's right.
You know what? I only realised that last week that it wasn't Alan Jones. My partner, she said, it's not Alan Jones who sings the songs, and I was like flabbergasted. I've lived 50 years like thinking it was Alan Jones. Well, not 50, like 40 odd years.
Peter Orty, wasn't it? I think it was.
It's on the banner below. Peter Orty.
Yeah. But
it was 13 when he sang the songs for it. Yeah.
It's one of those sacred little British Christmas events, isn't it? That happens every year. And I tell you what's been really interesting is that on YouTube at the moment, somebody has taken the time and the effort to put together all the Christmas idents from the 70s and 80s. And even though I was only a young kid in the 70s, all this kind of Christmas on BBC and Christmas on ITV.
Yeah.
And it's some of the people that they had on there. I mean, it was all Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris, Bernard Manning for some reason popping up on Christmas on ITV. All these people that are now either not here or are locked up, or Christmas It's Knockout was on there as well with Stuart Hall.
Yeah. Rolf Harris, probably.
Rolf Harris, he was on there. So it's one of those. It is one of those staples for people of all generations, I think.
Absolutely. And I actually, because I watched this last week, and then I watched there's a newer version, which is really good as well. It's well in keeping with the animation from the original.
Yeah.
So yeah. Right, so we've had a little chat on The Snowman. So next up is... Even Darren doesn't know which film I'm bringing up first. And that is Hiding Places.
Another film that's always been... I mean, you can argue it's not really a Christmas film. It's set around the Christmas period and that period between Christmas and New Year. And I guess that some of the elements of the film wouldn't be allowed to happen if it wasn't Christmas, I guess. It's like saying, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? It's not really a Christmas film. But a lot of people argue, but, it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't Christmas because there's a Christmas party taking place in the building, all that kind of stuff. But no, you can move Die Hard to any time of the year and it'll still work. However, Trading Places is one of those films whereas, it's all about, for the most part, it's all about humiliation, taking this kid and switching roles with him, with Eddie Murphy, with Dan Aykroyd. And it's like a humiliation gauntlet is this film for Dan Aykroyd. And then the two of them coming together in the end when they realize the whole thing's this big elaborate con to take down the two brothers, Don Amici and oh God, who was the? It was Ralph Bellamy, wasn't it? Was the?
It was,
brother?
yeah.
That was it, yeah. And it's from the moment
isn't the wager just for $1 or something?
For $1.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's a bet for $1.
Playing with people's lives over $1.
Exactly, yeah. But right from the moment this movie kicks off with that big, grand Elmer Bernstein score, you know, that big Christmas track that starts at the beginning. I can't remember what track it is, but it's a famous Christmassy piece of music. You're in the spirit from then onwards, I think. And it's right at that point as well when John Landis was on such a high after Animal House, Blues Brothers, American Werewolf in London. He just couldn't do any wrong, this guy. So yeah, one of my favorite comedies of all time. It's kind of a little for people of a certain, you know, like I can watch this film and not get offended by it. However, I respect that somebody who's maybe, I don't know, 20 years old today watching this could be quite shocked with some of the humor, the language, the slurs that he used in this film.
Yeah.
But it's of its time, and many films were doing that sort of thing back then. Yeah. So I think, you know, Trading Places is one of my go-to Christmas movies. I
love that scene where he's dressed up as Santa Claus and he stuffs that salmon down his top. It's so hilarious. Yeah. And then he starts eating and it's getting mixed in his beard. It's disgusting, but hilarious at the same time.
The other thing to mention is perhaps Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
She's really good in it. She's brilliant, isn't she? The way it all comes together, you know.
Yeah. And it broke her out of the rut that she was stuck in with horror films, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And who can't forget that memorable scene with Dan Aykroyd? Yeah, it's a good choice, is that. I mean, that was just outside my top 5 of Christmas films. But yeah, it's a great
was
Christmas
this film before Fish Called Wanda? Do you think to get the gig for Fish Called Wanda?
Yeah, I think that was 87, wasn't it? 87, 88, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you got anything to say on Trading Places, Ian?
I just think it fits. It's a feel-good movie, really, because, you know, you want them to get the revenge and how they elaborate. I think, to me, the climax is just so rewarding. You know, so many films, sometimes you don't quite get the reward. You really want the reward, and you get that with this. And I think that, for me, makes it magical, which you can, if you want, say Christmas is about magic. And this kind of has that magic to it, you know. And I like that.
And a rapey gorilla.
Yes. Brilliant. That is so funny.
The best type.
Yeah.
Yeah, good choice, Darren. Right, next up is my choice, and that is Gremlins. And I'm even adorning my Gremlins jumper.
Oh, nice.
For the occasion. Yeah, Gremlins, it's probably my favorite Christmas film of all time, because it's it came out in 84 and I was only 11 then. So I've grown up with Gremlins. It's just a magical, dark Christmas film as well. It's very dark, but it's funny. And it's just a stunning film. I know you're not a big fan of it, are you, Darren? But you did watch it recently and you got more enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, I was never I think at the time when it came out, it was around the time of the sort of video nasties boom, and as a kid, I become quite obsessed with tracking those down at that time. And so for me, Gremlins, because it was a 15, it must be rubbish. Do you know what I mean? It's not an 18 rated film. And so I kind of glossed over it a little bit. I watched it once and I didn't really engage with it. And then, like, over the years, I've gone back to it and I've just thought, you know, been a bit sort of so what about it. And then recently, because I love Joe Dante's movies, particularly Piranha, which I think is my favorite film of his. Recently, in fact, last Saturday, my wife said, let's put it on. So we put it on, and I have to say, I enjoyed it more last weekend than I have done ever before, and really appreciated it for the film it is. I think it's a wonderful little film now. I really do.
The whole production of the film is just fantastic, from the puppetry to the set designs to all the practical effects, and it's such a great film. And there's so many great characters. You've got Mrs. Deagle, who everyone despises, and she gets her comeuppance in a quite imaginative way. And I just love the whole premise of these little creatures wreaking havoc on like a capitalist America. I absolutely adore Gremlins. I watch it every year, and that's why it's in my top 5.
How do you feel about the sequel?
I like it. Yeah, a lot of people prefer
the new one that's the one that's coming. Chris Columbus.
I don't know. We'll have to see who's directing it. Do you know?
Chris Columbus.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So he wrote
because he wrote the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be a good sort of pairing up then.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's still alive. How old is he?
He was quite young back then, wasn't he? I think when he did Home Alone, I think he was very young. Yeah. So I think he's probably in his late 60s, early 70s, or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's a good choice. Whether it's a continuation or a sort of, I don't know what they're going to do with it. But it'll be interesting to see if they get Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates back. It'd
be nice to if they did that.
Yeah.
As long as they stay away from CGI and can continue with the puppetry, then I'm all in.
I think that's the key to it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to have that like that charm, that practical and puppetry effects brings. Yeah, absolutely. What's your thoughts on Gremlins?
It just brings back memories of going to the cinema to see it, and just having such a good time. And then over years, I've watched it at various points. Again, it fits into that sort of, that magical thing, but something that you should not exploit. It's like saying, you get something, but you shouldn't exploit it. And that is effectively what happens, that they're exploited to some extent. And as I suppose you could link it, as you say, with capitalism and all that kind of stuff. But just looking at a very human level, it just shows you that humans do get greedy as well, and that they want more than they should. That they don't appreciate what they've got.
Well, you've just got to look at Hoyt Axton's character. He wants to, as soon as he finds out that they've duplicated, he's trying to come up with an idea of selling them to the public.
That's right, exactly. So, it's that greed starts to come in, and that's where it's a warning against, really. Letting things just go unfettered, and that's what happens. It just it does fit Christmas well because of that message, in a way. Because the message at Christmas is not about that; it's about hope and about people being good to each other, being nice to each other. And Gremlins, as it's like a warning of what happens if you're not. So you can see it on a basic level, definitely.
I'll just go through. I've only got one comment in here at the moment, and that's from Sai. All right, Sai. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Yeah. So, right, we'll move on to the next pick, which I've got to remember now who's picked what. Let's go with, it's Ian's, isn't it? Let's go with that. Actually, tell you what I'll do. I'll go with because I've got all my banners in order, so we'll go through it through the banners. And this is one that I can't remember anything about, to be honest. And that is Santa Claus the movie. The only thing I can remember about this film is Melvin Hayes is in it from Ain't Half Hot Mum.
That's true. I think this film gets a lot of unfair criticism, I think. And it does get a lot of criticism. People, I think maybe with Dudley Moore's performance, I don't mind Dudley Moore at all in it. I think he's quite sweet, and he does a good role in it. Again, it is sentimental, but isn't a lot of these Christmas things ultimately sentimental? And I don't think it's done in a bad way, but I know some people perhaps do find it a bit, sentimental. I've always enjoyed it. Again, it's got personal reasons because it was one of my wife's favorite films, and so I always took that into account watching it with her. And so, now I watch it every Christmas, and it just brings back a lot of good memories for me. So I do realize perhaps it isn't the greatest, compared with another film that I've got in connection with Father Christmas, but I like it. I enjoy it, and I know its limitations, and that's how you should take it. It's just an enjoyable Christmas film, and there's what more. It's got the magic, and it's not ashamed to show that. It's not ashamed of itself as a film. It knows exactly what it is doing and does it well. That's my that's how my take.
So you've got a nostalgic fondness for it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I probably haven't seen this since the 80s, to be honest. So I can't remember anything about it. Have you seen it, Darren?
Yeah, no, I have. I haven't seen it for some time, but I was definitely, because Superman the movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, and so when the it was the Soulkinds, wasn't it, who did this? When the Soulkinds put this together, I'm kind of naturally curious about it, and then from the director of Jaws 2 as well. You're kind of drawn to it to see what they're going to do. It's not one of my favorite films. I appreciate though that people do have a lot of nostalgia for it for various reasons. I think the one thing that came out for me years later was that there was a guy called his name was Malcolm Rowan, and he was a counterpart of mine. He worked for Universal Pictures. He's no longer. I think he's passed away now. But he, I knew him, and then someone said to me one day, Malcolm was in Santa Claus the movie, and I said, what? And they said, yeah. And Malcolm, bless him, is probably about 5'1" or 5'2", and he played one of the elves in Santa Claus the movie. And every time it's on TV now and I see it, and there's one song where the elves are packing everything. There's one shot of him where he kind of goes like that or something, really close in on his face. And it just makes me laugh because I knew him for years and he never said a thing at all that he was in this film. But it's as I said, a lot of people hold it quite dear. It's never been one that I go back to, but if it's on, I'll have a look at it,
Yeah. I mean, when I were researching it, I think, isn't Nicole Appleton from the All Saints? She's in it.
Is she?
She is.
Yeah.
She's very young in it, I think.
Yeah.
But when I were looking at who stars in it, I noticed Nicole Appleton. I'm pretty sure. I'll probably double check. Santa Claus. I'm sure she's in it. Sort of an uncredited role, but she's a very young girl in it, I think. Santa Claus the movie.
Perhaps they should have put Peter Cook in it with Dudley Moore, and then it'd have been a completely different thing altogether.
Oh man, that'd be insanely good.
They might have had to raise the ratings.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I am just going to double check this. Yes, it's girl in ballet class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you are. You learn something every day.
Yeah, unbelievable. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Because she must be. How old is she? Oh no, she's only a year younger than me.
Yeah.
So she's in her 50s now.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised at. Right. next is Darren's choice, and that is The Holdovers, which is fantastic. It's probably the best modern day Christmas film.
It is, and it's one of its real heart in this film. I mean, Alexander Payne's great at this kind of stuff anyway, goes without saying. But, you know, what fascinates me a lot of the time about this film, well, it does feel like a kind of almost like a Breakfast Club type remake in some ways. You know, these three people caught together, thrown into this situation together and spending Christmas together. You know, there's a teacher, a student, a grieving parent, and I just think Paul Giamatti, his performance in this film is just incredible. Really amazing performance, and the fact that they actually CGI'd in post his eye. That it was, yeah. His eye's not really like that. They had this kind of rolling eye, you know, gave him this sort of wandering eye in the film, and it was all painstakingly done in post production. But yeah, a movie with it's warm, bittersweet, really character driven, and as I said, it's like a modern version of The Breakfast Club.
It is, yeah. Because you've got these kids. Well, some kids end up going away for Christmas, don't they? But there's about 4 or 5 of them to start with who are all stuck at school because the parents don't want them. They want to spend any time with them. But fortunately, most of them go off in a helicopter, don't they?
Yeah.
One of the kids' fathers. But yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, like you say, Alexander Payne, he knows how to write characters really well. Like Sideways is another great film with Paul Giamatti. So he knows how to create these characters like beautifully.
Yeah.
And it just feels really grounded in reality as well, doesn't it? It's got that tone of sort of grittiness. Like it seems incredibly cold when you're watching it.
And Oscar winning as well, you know, Divine Joy Randolph won Best Supporting Actress, didn't she, I think? Or Best Actress, I can't remember now, it was one of the two. So yeah, really, and one of those things, a film now that is a great December rewatch, I think. When you don't want something that's too syrupy, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. This is, if you want a sort of a traditional Christmas film, this is the sort of film I'd go for rather than Santa Claus the movie, which is sort of a bit syrupy. This is more grounded in reality. I love this film. I've seen it twice now, and I think when I saw it at the Leeds Film Festival a couple of years ago, and loved it. But then I rewatched it for this live stream, and I'm just in love with it now. I will definitely watch it every Christmas.
That's terrific.
And it went up from a 4.5 star to a 5 star. Yeah, it's just an incredible film. Have you seen it, Ian?
I managed to get a couple of days ago. I watched it for the first time. I managed to get a download of it. I can see why people would like this. It's watching the characters that you wouldn't normally. This is a classic situation. You put characters who wouldn't normally get on, and they have to get on in their situation that they're in, and you see the characters grow. By the time we got to the end of the film, we've gone on that journey with them, and I like to see films like that. And I think it does have a warm kind of feel to it, doesn't it? It does have that warmth that you get for me. And that somebody who perhaps wouldn't normally want to change that much, he's doing all this teaching all his life. He kind of thinks he knows everything. There's nothing new for him to learn. And yet, ironically, at the end, with 2 characters who we wouldn't normally have much really opinion that he wants to anything to do with, it turns. It changes. They change him as he changes them. Perception of him, and in that magic. That again, I can fit it into my thing about Christmas. I can see why it's a good Christmas thing because again, you've got the transformation. You've got something really positive happening, which is what Christmas is about. The magic again. You can say the magic of cinema as well. How you can do this, but it's beautiful comfort. It's a film that I will now watch as well. Again, I think I'll definitely watch it and think about it at Christmas time as well, and watch it probably again. I'll get my own copy of it. Definitely, yeah.
I mean, it's a film about, you know, these characters that are, you know, flawed and they've got baggage that is like hidden away, and as they get to know each other, this baggage comes out, and they find that, you know, they've all got their own issues.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Giamatti and what's the young lad called? I've forgotten his name now. They're taking like antidepressants for their own particular reasons, and then, like you say, the cook, she's lost her son in Vietnam War, so they've all got baggage, which they're not really aware of until they get to know each other over that festive period. It's such a great film, and it brought a tear to my eye at the end this time watching it. It's such a great film. Good choice. Right, Sai has just told us which are his favourite Christmas films. So he's got The Apartment, which is that a Christmas film? I haven't seen that in years. I presume it is set during Christmas. Die Hard, Home Alone, Rare Exports. I love Rare Exports.
That's great fun.
Yeah. You didn't put that in your stream, did you?
No, I figured if I put Rare Exports in, I didn't think many people would have seen it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a Wonderful Life.
It is.
Yeah, I like that. It's quite a quirky, dark fairy tale.
Yeah.
I like it. Right. So next up is Die Hard. Controversially. First off, who thinks it's a Christmas film? I do, because it's set during Christmas. It's got Christmas songs in it. Got Christmas parties. Even he writes, "Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho." There's lots of references to Christmas, particularly the music in the film. So I class it as it doesn't have to be about Christmas. It can be set during Christmas for me.
I think if it's a Christmas film to you, that's fine. If you feel like it's a Christmas film, I think that's fine. It's when people stretch it. Like the other day, the makers of this new documentary on The Thing are trying to have it recategorized as a Christmas movie, and it's like there's nothing about that film. Snow,
other than snow. Other than snow, yeah. You could say 30 Days of Night is a Christmas film if you're stretching it that far.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Yeah. So Die Hard's another film that I've grown up with. When I first saw it, I was blown away by it. I don't think we'd ever had an action film this explosive before Die Hard came out. It was just incredible, edge of the seat stuff. Like the set pieces are incredible, and it elevated Bruce Willis's star appeal, and it became a massive action star off the back of this. I love this film. I watch it every year. I just think it's an incredible film, and you've got a really good music by Michael Kamen, which adds to the excitement. Yeah, fantastic.
Do you know who the first choice for John McClane was?
Off the top of my head, no, but I think I do know this when you say it. Go on.
Ian, do you know?
No, I think I read it and I've forgotten it. I've forgotten it. Go on then.
It's Frank Sinatra.
Oh my God!
That's right. Yes.
So basically, Frank Sinatra. So the Detective, the 1968 film that Sinatra was in, is based on a book that's in the same series as Die Hard, and so contractually, he was obligated to be offered the sequel when it came along, and given at the time he was 73.
I was going to say, how old was he?
He was 73 at the time. He turned it down, thank God. But it went through everybody, like Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme. Everyone was offered it until they got to Bruce Willis. And it couldn't have been more perfect.
Absolutely.
I remember going to the cinema to see this, not even old enough to watch it in the cinema, and just being, as you said, it was a game changer in terms of action cinema.
Yeah.
And, really shifted the needle. Like, I'm a huge fan of Towering Inferno.
Yeah.
And this to me was like next level Towering Inferno type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
I mean, the bit where he ties that C4 to the chair and throws it down the lift shaft. And it were incredible. That I was like, what the hell? I've never seen out like this before. Like the whole building's shaking and what have you. Oh, I mean, some of the set pieces are incredible. Yeah,
but it had everything. It looked incredible. The setting was amazing. He was fantastic. A great villain. Brilliant score by Michael Kamen. It just everything just came together at that moment. And I've actually been to the building as well.
Oh, nice.
So it's actually called Fox Plaza. So it's 20th Century Fox's offices in LA.
Right.
And it's an impressive building. It really does. Even now, when you go there, I'm not sure if Fox are in there anymore because of the whole Disney thing, but even now when you see it, it still looks an impressive building,
Yeah. Ian, have you got any memories of
I absolutely love it. I watch it every year at Christmas time. It's such a good film. And I think Alan Rickman really does almost steal the whole film away. He's just superb. He's fantastic. You can't, it's just wonderful performance.
Yeah.
The whole film, it's just one enjoyable ride. It's you just get on there and enjoy it. And what more can I say? I watch it every Christmas, and sometimes I'll probably watch it in year again. It's definitely, of all the Die Hard films, it's the one that I watch the most. The others, not quite as much. This
I like
the best.
I like all the first three Die Hard films.
Yeah.
Are excellent.
Yeah.
The third one in particular.
Stands out, it's the most.
It does. This one is certainly the best, but the third one has no right being as good as it is. I think the third one's terrific.
It is.
It's a great yarn. Is the third one. But yeah, Die Hard is still up there as being one of the best action movies ever made. I think
it is. Yeah, totally.
I mean, can you imagine Frank Sinatra saying "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker"? You can't even imagine him saying that, can you? With his Trilby hat on.
Yeah. Picking glass out of his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that glass sequence. Oh God.
Yeah.
You feel it. You actually feel it as it. Oh. Yeah. Right. Next up is another of Ian's choices, which is Eyes Wide Shut, which you changed your mind, didn't you? You had Scrooge from
and I thought I don't really enjoy Scrooge as much as Alistair Sims' performance. I know people raved over it, and then I just thought, well, this film is just in a different class of its own, and I love it so much. This is my. If I was to pick a film out of all the lists I've chosen, this would probably be top of that list.
Wow.
It's just special, this film. I know the Christmas is the background to it. It's the fact that it's Kubrick's last film. He delivered it, and 6 days after he delivered it, he died of a heart attack. So that means, because there's always, with a film like this, there's always about rumors because of it being Kubrick, that but we know that this is the cut that he wanted. This is the one that he definitely wanted. So I don't think people, should get into disputing all that. But this film is, 15 months he spent shooting this, and they went through the paces as always with a Kubrick film. But they knew what they were doing, and he wanted a married couple, and he got a married couple doing it, and they were on board with it totally. They devoted themselves totally to this film, and again, it works that everybody was on board with it. It must have been really difficult to work with, doing all these takes over and over again. But they did it, and they went with it. And the way it looks, the colors, the whole palette of the lighting, the Christmas lighting, it's just wonderful. But for me, it's just such a great film as well. If you can go deeper into it, the film, you look at it, it's almost like this sort of dark side of Hollywood that is coming out in this film. We see it, all this secret society business and the sort of darker side. You could link it right up to modern day. There's even references in there with Epstein. It's all there about the dark side. But I know we should be talking about it as a Christmas film. I just love it. And I watch it more than just at Christmas. I watch it in the year, and it's a film I always, when you watch a film and you think, crikey, I haven't seen that before. This is that kind of film for me. I keep seeing things that I'd not seen at a first viewing. There's just something for me. This is up there with Kubrick's best films, and that's saying something, because he's got such a great catalogue of films that he did, and I think the fact that it was his last one just really powerfully adds to it for me.
I watched it for the first time this week because I'd never seen it before. Because when it came out, it didn't get much of a reception.
No, it didn't.
But I think over the years, people have grown to love it. I wouldn't say it's up there with Kubrick's best, but I've got to agree with you. It looks incredible. Like the color palette that's used, the cinematography is just stunning. But I were expecting it to be a bit more erotic than it actually was, because you've only got one particular scene where
apparently the
Cruise's character, infiltrates this secret sort of orgy, if you like. You've only got that one particular scene, and I think Kubrick,
he would have got
a bit fixated with Nicole Kidman's bottom, definitely. But she doesn't really appear in it as much as I were expecting. It's like sort of a background character. It's more to do with Tom Cruise and his exploration of sordidness. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I love it as much as you, Ian. But yeah.
No.
What do you think, Darren?
It does split opinion. I know it does. But.
Yeah. I haven't seen it since it came out, which was 26 years ago now, something like that.
99.
I actually find Kubrick himself more fascinating than I do a lot of his movies. I don't know if you've ever watched a documentary called Filmmaker, and Kubrick had an assistant right from when he did Barry Lyndon called Leon Vitali. And Leon Vitali was in Barry Lyndon. And he ended up being his almost like prisoner. It was that weird was the relationship. And if you watch the documentary, you'll understand why. This guy did not leave Kubrick's side and was basically his slave almost.
Whoa.
And it's a fascinating documentary. It's made by the guy himself, Leon Vitali. He absolutely adored Stanley Kubrick and would do anything for him. And if you haven't watched it, you should watch it because it is just I mean, there's some fascinating footage on there of behind the scenes stuff on The Shining and things like that. And it goes right up to obviously Eyes Wide Shut.
That's called Filmmaker, is it?
It's called Filmmaker. Is that the filmmaker or film worker? Let me just have a look. Filmmaker Leon Vitali. Yeah, he died. Leon Vitali died about 3 or 4 years ago, and he made this documentary not long before he died. It's called Film Worker. Film Worker. Sorry, not filmmaker. Film Worker. Yeah. And actually, I love watching the documentaries because the people that I know are on it as well from the industry.
Right.
And some of the stories you hear about. I mean, somebody was telling me the other day, a close friend of mine who worked on Full Metal Jacket. And he had to report the box office into Stanley Kubrick on the Monday morning. And this was the level of kind of, I guess you could say, ADHD or autism or whatever Stanley Kubrick had. My friend rang him with the box office for the weekend for Full Metal Jacket and said, "Oh, I can't remember what the number now, but let's say it was £52,343." And apparently Stanley Kubrick turned around to him and said, "What about the pence?" And that was the level of intricate detail that the man was just obsessed with all the time. When you watch that documentary, you won't believe his behavior and his behavior to this guy, Leon, throughout the years. It's amazing. It's almost like that Stockholm syndrome type thing. Do you know what I mean? He treated him like absolute shit. But the guy loved him so much, you know. It was a really bizarre relationship.
Sounds like a really good documentary.
It's a great documentary.
Try and find that.
Yeah. I think I had to stream it on Amazon Prime or something like that. I think. But the film Eyes Wide Shut, I'm with you, Ian. I've watched it once, and I'm just like, I was a bit sort of so what about it. But then, you know, The Shining for me is always going to be his best film, personally. Which
Paths of Glory I like. But...
Oh yeah.
Barry Lyndon. I love Barry
Lyndon. Yeah.
Great.
Right, next, Darren's choice, and I watched this afternoon for the second time. I just needed to reacquaint myself with it, and that's Violent Night.
Yeah, I love Tommy Wirkola. He's kind of a great B-movie director. He did a bunch of movies called Dead Snow. Where is he from now? Is he German or can't remember? But yeah, this was this sort of first Hollywood picture, which is actually is the second highest Christmas horror movie box office wise after Gremlins. If you can call Gremlins a horror film. But yeah, it's David Harbour, who we all know from the likes of Stranger Things, also played Hellboy as well a couple of years ago. And as this rich family are taken hostage, just as Santa Claus ends up going to the house and he ends up protecting the family. And it is a great, fun action picture where you see Santa Claus taking terrorists out with a hammer or something. I'm trying to remember now. Sledgehammer and all sorts of different things. It plays like a Christmas action film. David Harbour's Santa is almost like this kind of tired old, I don't know, warrior or veteran or something like that. Do you know what I mean? That ends up turning the film into almost like a slasher style movie. It's got great. I mean, a great cast with John Leguizamo as well, and I think Beverly D'Angelo's in there as well.
She's almost unrecognizable. She's had so much work done to her.
She has, hasn't she? Yeah. And it's kind of, it was so popular that they're actually doing a sequel at the moment, and for next Christmas, I believe. So yeah, it was one of those that took me by surprise when it came along. But I wasn't surprised when I found out who the director was, because he'd done some great little kind of tongue-in-cheek horror movies in the past. Yeah. So Violent Night, I think, is well worth a watch at Christmas time.
Absolutely. I think great production values and some great gratuitous violence. And I love the homage to Home Alone. Yeah. Like where the little girl in the loft, she's set up all these booby traps and pretty gruesome stuff, really.
It is.
The guy going up the stairs with loads of nails in the steps and so. Oh yeah, really good. I mean, I watched it again today, and I was thinking, does the family really? I mean, spoiler alert here. Does the family really deserve to get off? Especially Beverly D'Angelo, who's a right piece of work.
She's horrible in it. She's horrible in it.
She's horrible, and so most of her family. I'm like, do they really deserve to get off here? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, David Harbour's great in it. I love that opening sequence where he's in the pub in Bristol.
Yeah,
and he's getting tanked up before he goes out delivering presents, and then he's off. He's off in his sleigh with reindeer, and bar owner goes up onto the roof and he's sick all over her face. Yeah, I love it. I like it. It's a good film. It's definitely one I'll revisit from time to time.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Ian?
I haven't, but I wanted to get it. But unfortunately, my bank card has been scammed, so I couldn't use it. I'm waiting for it to come. I would have got it without doubt, because I've heard so many positive things about it. I wanted to get it, and you've just made me wish I had seen it now. I love the sound of it. Sounds
it's good. It is
really good.
It is as Darren describes it. It feels a bit like a slasher film, but it's not a slasher film. But it's got like those nuances. Yeah,
I like the sound of it.
We've got a few more messages in the comments. So Del Boys saying, hello all. My top 5 are Scrooged, It's a Wonderful Life, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Apartment, and Muppet Christmas Carol. That's a good 5. Good top 5.
Good stuff.
I'm surprised National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation didn't get chosen between them, because I know there's a lot of love for that.
There is.
I love Scrooged, to be honest. Bill Murray's excellent Scrooge. Yeah. And then Sai says Jared Harris is going to be in Violent Night too. Oh, that would be good. He's a good actor.
He's great. He's great.
Yeah, Richard Harris's son, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm praying that he's playing the baddie. Right. Next up is my choice. It's A Wonderful Life. Like absolute classic. Probably this is probably the most traditional of the Christmas films in my top 5. It's a wonderful film with a message. If you don't fully appreciate how much of an influence you have on other people's lives until it really matters. And it's just a wonderful, heartwarming Christmas film. Jimmy Stewart is just fantastic in it. I love his expressions on his face that he manages to produce, and especially in this film, he looks crazed at times with his eyes, as he's sort of he wants to go off around the world and do things he wants to do, but he ends up having to take over the family business when his father dies. So he feels stuck, if you like. And then you've got Mr. Potter, who's probably one of the most vile villains in cinematic history.
Yeah.
And he never really gets sort of talked about. You know, when people mention the favourite villains, I think Mr. Potter, is absolutely vile. He's such a greedy man who's just out for himself, and he's just a horrible, horrible person. So you can understand why Jimmy Stewart's character, he wants to basically throw himself off the bridge because his whole life is crumbling around him when they lose $8,000. But yeah, I just love this film, and I'm always crying by the end of it. It's just a wonderful, heartwarming film.
It's I came to it late. In fact, I only watched it for the first time, I think, last year. My wife likes to watch Christmas movies she's never seen before at Christmas, and so we watched It's a Wonderful Life, and I don't know why I'd left it so long, but I absolutely adored it. But there were moments in there that I was thinking, I feel like I've seen this film before. And what it was, and we're going to talk about this in a bit, is there are a number of moments in Die Hard where the film's playing in the background, and you can hear certain bits of dialogue and stuff from It's a Wonderful Life in the house at the end. And that was what it was. I remembered certain lines and all that kind of stuff from watching Die Hard. But you know, as you say, it deals with a lot of hefty issues, doesn't it?
Really does.
It's not just a cozy little Christmas film at all. You've got this kind of depression and regret and sacrifice and suicide thoughts and all that kind of stuff. It's actually quite a tough watch.
I mean, you nearly said it then. Sacrifice. He's literally sacrificed his life, to look after others.
Yeah.
And that the message of the film is, you know, you don't realize how much of an impact you've had on other people's lives.
Yeah,
there's a particular scene where all the banks are shut and people need the money, and they're trying to draw out as much money as possible, and he's just shelling out all this money of his own money to the people in the bank, and he's asking them to take as little as possible because he needs to, you know, spread it around as much as possible. And it's, you know, it's just got a wonderful message of, you know, sacrifice. Well, you know, unselfishness.
Yeah.
Ian?
I kind of got mixed feelings about this film. I've heard it was so hyped up because it's funny how we've all watched them. I watched it last year for the first time. And again, I'm thinking, crikey, why does it take me so long to watch it? And the way it's always been described, I think, I know it sounds kind of strange because if there's one thing as an actor, I absolutely think James Stewart is an absolute name actor that you cannot help but love. He is a great actor, and I can understand, you know, people really highly rating this film because of the message and how it is. But I don't know, maybe because people were going on about it so much, some part of me is thinking, well, is it really as good as the hype? And I've always had those, you know, I've watched it again since, and it's improved my opinion of it. But I just felt maybe people have gone a bit over the top, as if this is the greatest Christmas film ever. I've heard that almost. That is what, you know, not even just Christmas film, putting it down as one of the great all-time great films, and I don't feel that. I feel the film, the strength of the film is the ending and what happens right at the ending, and all the confusion and the bits in between. I understand why they're there, but to me, it doesn't have the impact that the ending does. The ending, and I like a film that has it all the way through. I know this may sound a bit weird, but it's my perspective of how I felt about it. But I've watched it again, and I've perhaps, it's one that I need to keep revisiting, and maybe my opinion will change. But is this the greatest, one of the great all-time great films? Not, in my opinion. It's not. I can list a hell of a lot more films that I personally think are better than this, but it's a film I bought. I mean, I've got it in my collection, so I've watched it, but it's not one that I'm really rushing to watch again. I will watch it. I will watch it again this week, but it's one of them that people just go on and on about it so much that there's kind of part of me that's reacting against that. I don't like things that are overhyped, and this almost has that feeling with it. And I'm measuring the film. I mean, James Stewart, for me, his best performance is in North by Northwest, which is an absolute classic. Brilliant film, one of the great. Now that I would say is one of the
That's
great.
Cary Grant, though, isn't it?
Sorry, Cary Grant. sorry. God, yeah. I don't know. This film,
I think like the first 2/3 of this film, it's like world and character building. So you sort of bear witness to how much of an impact he's having on everyone else's lives and how much he's sacrificing and stuff. So that when it gets to that final third with the angel and what have you, you actually, you really care for this character. That's how I see it. The first 2/3 is all character building and seeing how much of an influence he's had on people. I mean, he saves his younger brother from drowning going in under the ice. And if he didn't exist, then his younger brother would die and things like that. So the first 2/3 of the film, it's all about building this character up to really show you how important he is on other people's lives.
Yeah. Was it Vertigo you were thinking of, Ian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sai says, isn't Mr. Burns based on Mr. Potter? Probably is.
Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Lionel Barrymore.
Yeah.
He was a arse in that, wasn't he? Jeez.
He really nasty piece of work. Right, let's crack on. Next up is Ian's choice, which is Home Alone.
Home Alone. What can you say about it? It's, again, I think it's one that I come back to every year. I just watch it. It's the perfect kind of Christmas film for me. I love the whole concept. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. And the message of it is really good. I think to me it's again, it's another film that I can just watch and watch and just love it. And of course, Joe Pesci and the villains in it are so funny. The everything that they do, it works well. It's the slapstick comedy there with them, and they play like sort of almost cartoonish kind of villains. But I love that. I love that kind of aspect to it, and the way he deals with it. It is in that way, but it has a lot of heart as well in this film. And how we shouldn't judge people, particularly like this with the next door neighbor, for instance. The way that bit in many ways really is such a touching part of the film, discovering about it and what he does to all that when he goes to the church and sees him, and because he can't see his granddaughter singing. There's so many beautiful things which fit in again to the magic of Christmas, and I love it. There's so many great things in this film. I do. It's one that again I watch every Christmas and love it. I never get tired of it.
I watched this again last week. I thought it took. I'm going to criticize it a bit here, but it took a bit. it took a bit too long to get to the best bits with the burglars, I thought. I really enjoy that, you know, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern breaking in and all the booby traps and stuff like that. I really enjoy all that. But it seems to take forever to get to that point.
It does.
And I'm like, come on. I thought all this started happening sort of halfway through, but it's more like the last third of the film where you get all the entertaining stuff. Most of the time, you're just watching the mother, like, trying to get home any way she can. And like, I think John Candy's underused as well in it.
He is,
yeah. I mean, first off, you know, what makes it feel so bloody Christmassy is that great John Williams score. In this, it's a terrific score, really, really cool. But I agree with you. I hadn't watched it for some time, and I watched it a few years ago, I think, on my other YouTube channel. I have 2 YouTube channels, and the main one that I have, we did an episode on it, and I was surprised at how long it took to get to those moments. It's but when they arrive, it's great fun. You know, the blowtorch and all that. It's just fantastic, and it's real like Looney Tunes type violence, isn't it? In there, it's pretty nasty.
I love the tarantula on Daniel Stern's and his scream.
But it is. I remember working in I don't know if you remember it at all, either of you, but in Shipley there was a Unit 4 cinema back in the 80s, and I worked in there in the late 80s and early 90s, and we this film played and played and played. People just kept coming back. It's a good family Christmas movie. It really is. I think there's something for everything, for everyone in it. And as you say, the amazing John Candy is so underused in this film. So underused.
He really is, yeah.
Have you seen the documentary about him?
No. Oh, is that the one on? That's the one on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
is it?
It's just fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that.
Amazing documentary.
Yeah.
And there's, in fact, Sky have got one coming on about Chevy Chase soon, which will be interesting because he's total shit, I think. So
apparently so.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, we're going dark. We're going into the crypt with Darren's choice, and it's and All Through the House, which is an 8-minute short film.
Yeah. It's
you'll probably talk about this longer than the film actually runs.
I love a lot of old Hammer stuff and Amicus stuff as well. And I even, like, recently I've been going through the old Hammer House of Horror TV show episodes, and they're so good. They are so good, and they look. There's a Blu-ray out there at the moment, and they've done a full restoration on it, and because they were all shot on film, they just look incredible. And I love the way that a lot of it was filmed up around where the Hammer Studios were. So it's sort of Uxbridge, Wickham, places like that. I just loved how those areas looked at the time. And so I ended up watching Tales from the Crypt really recently. Those of you that haven't seen it, it's an anthology movie, 5 stories. And one of them is called An All Through the House, which stars Joan Collins, a really kind of young Joan Collins. It's a story of a woman who she basically, I think it's like an insurance fiddle that she's doing, and she ends up killing her husband, and she wants to stage it as if he's died. But what happens is, at the same time that she's just done that, an escaped lunatic she hears on the radio has broken into her house dressed as Santa Claus, and she can't ring the police, because if she rings the police, they'll find out that she's killed her husband. So it's one of those kind of a bit of a twist,
a bit of a catch-22 situation.
Yeah. It's great fun. It really is great fun. It was remade in the early 90s on the US Tales from the Dark Side, was it? I think. Yeah, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. I prefer the British take on it rather than the American one, but the American one's still good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a period of time that I really enjoy British cinema from, 70s, early 80s, that kind of stuff. I love, like one of my favorite films is Long Good Friday, just because looking back at how London used to look before all this came and everything. So Tales from the Crypt and All Through the House is one of my favorite Christmas recommendations.
No, you know what? I was never expecting you to come out with something like that. So this is why I got you involved, because you've got a love for horror and things like that. So yeah, I knew you'd come up with some little gem that I've never heard of. So I actually watched it twice in a row when you gave me your top 5, because it's on. If any of my viewers haven't seen it, it's available on YouTube. So you can easily find it on YouTube and watch it. I just couldn't get past the fact Joan Collins looked super hot. I'm like,
oh, she was.
She was stunning. Because when I was growing up, all I remember her for was in the
Dynasty.
TV show Dynasty. So like when I saw her in this, I'm like, blimey, she was pretty stunning back in them days. Yeah.
Well, she'd done like the likes of the Bitch and the Stud, was it as well, and all those kind of films. Those
which I've never seen either. I've never seen them. So, but yeah, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed that. Sorry. Yeah, nice little 8-minute short.
Yeah.
I thought it ended very abruptly though. It's like she's getting. I'm not going to go into spoilers. Yeah, I won't go into spoilers, but it ended very abruptly. I was like, oh, it's over. it must just end abruptly into the next story. I don't know. Yeah. Within the Tales from the Crypt. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, it was one I'd not thought about. I've got it, and I love those anthology series, as horror series that they did. Like there's one called Asylum, I think Amicus did, which absolutely was with Robert Powell in it.
From Beyond the Grave, that one as well. Which is
they're just so a piece of horror British cinema that is just golden. And this one is Joan Collins. Great, and I say, what a career! She's, you look at some of her early '60s films, the way she developed, and then she did a lot of TV series as well, and made guest appearances in things like Space 1999 and all that kind of sort of TV stuff. She did sci-fi as well as horror. She did all sorts. She was absolutely fantastic actress. I really do rate her highly. I think she's kind of, a lot of people just see her in that Dynasty role and have totally forgotten about what a wonderful career she had before, I think.
Yeah.
And I really like it. But who does not love horror anthology series? I do. I just love this one is so wonderful.
Yeah.
And of course, as soon as I put it on, I thought, I might as well watch all the others. Because that's what you do. You can't just watch one in the film. I thought, I've got to watch them all. And so it was an absolute pleasure.
So you've got the DVD, haven't you, Ian?
Yeah, Blu-ray of it, actually.
Oh, have you? Oh,
yeah.
Right.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Right. I might have to hunt that down and pick it up.
You should better get it. I think it's not out of print. I don't think it is anyhow.
So Sai's asking in the comments, what are some of your least favourite Christmas films? I've got to say Santa Jaws is possibly one of the worst things I have ever seen. Santa Jaws. Is that like a shark with a Santa hat on?
It is a thing. It is a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
What's least favourite? I mean, anything syrupy and vomit-inducing. I can't really get on board. I mean, my partner, she went through a phase of watching all the Christmas films on the Hallmark channel, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I'd have to just leave the room because I just can't watch anything like that. But yeah,
there was a film probably about 15, 20 years ago called Christmas with the Cranks,
right?
Which was Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen, I think it was, who was in it. And it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. It was too syrupy, not funny. You know, it was billed as this big comedy. You know, him because he did the Santa Claus movies, didn't he? Back in the sort of 90s, and they were huge.
Yeah.
They weren't that big in this country, but in America they were absolutely huge. And so it was the coming together of these two stars, and it was so flat. It was awful, really bad.
Have you got a Christmas film that you really don't like, Ian?
I think in a way you summed it up with that channel that just does all those awful Christmas films.
They're terrible.
They epitomise everything wrong. Everything wrong. I can't actually think of a really bad one. But I wouldn't watch it. You know, you just sense, it's just not for me. A rom-com kind of Christmas films I just wouldn't touch them.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there is. I know that film that people do mention a lot, and I've never seen it, which I'll probably get shot for. But is Love Actually? Is that Christmas?
Yeah, that is a Christmas film. Yeah,
I've not. It's not something that's appealed to me to watch.
I don't think I've seen it all the way through. I've caught it.
I know people go on about it, but it's just something I want. Yeah.
It's your favorite film, in it, Darren.
It's a bit like it's a bit like wading through goo. That film. It's
is it? Oh, right.
I saw it once when it first came out, but it is obviously a staple for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit smug.
Right. Next up is my penultimate choice, and that is Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have a top 5, top 10 list of Christmas films without Muppets Christmas Carol, which is my favourite version of the Christmas Carol. I know Ian likes the Albert Finney version, don't you? Is it a musical? Is it?
Yeah.
But there's great songs in this. I just love I grew up watching the Muppets, so I mean, I'm sure Darren did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Similar age.
Yeah.
But I love the characters, and Michael Caine is just fantastic as Scrooge. He's my favourite sort of rendition of Scrooge. I just love it. I just love all the puppetry. The characters. I just love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the songs are great. And the way you utilize certain Muppets for certain classic characters in the Scrooge story is terrific as well. But yeah, I was a real surprise when this first came out. It was when was it? 92, was it? I think 92 when it came out.
92, yeah.
And I remember I was working in that cinema in Shipley at the time, and I remember going down to watch it one afternoon before it released it to the public. I was blown away because I was always a huge Muppets fan anyway.
Yeah.
But I was just blown away by how heartwarming it was and how serious Michael Caine treats the whole thing. He treats it like it's, I don't know, like he's doing Shakespeare or something like that. While there's all this chaos is happening around him. Do you know what I mean? So it is definitely a staple in our house. Is this?
Yeah, I mean, I'd not had it in my collection for a long time. I managed to pick it up in a Muppets box set, and that was the first of the films that I put on.
Yeah.
So I love the film. It just puts a smile on your face every time you watch it.
It does.
And I mean, you've got one of the most horrible characters in cinema, but it still puts a smile on your face because of all the of him interacting with all these puppets. I just love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got anything to say, Ian?
I've got a DVD of it, and I just put it on and just enjoy it. It's just, I remember the Muppets, and I remember my dad used to absolutely adore the Muppets. Always talking about the Muppets. He used to like war films and Muppets, and I don't know what a combination. But yeah, when I watch that, it's just nostalgia. And Michael Caine is just a great actor. He can do so much. I just love Michael Caine. Who doesn't love Michael Caine?
You've got, I mean, Michael Caine's excellent in it, but the puppeteers, I mean, you've got like who are voicing and controlling them and all that.
Yeah.
You've got to take your hat off to them as well.
Oh,
yeah. So much expression and character from these these pieces of foam. Like, it's unbelievable. I mean, Frank Oz is a legend in puppetry, isn't he?
Yeah.
In his voicing of puppets. Yeah. I love it.
Some good stuff.
Right. Next up. I think you'll be all right for 9 o'clock, Darren.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, Miracle on 34th Street, which is Ian's choice, and it's his last choice.
I chose this because I'm a big fan of Sir Richard Attenborough. He's an actor I've actually seen live. I saw him when he was directing Shadowland, which is only just down the road on Great Central Railway Station. And then I saw him speak at our town hall in the town, and I just think he's great. As an actor, I've always loved him. And this film, it's okay. Some people might say again, it's a bit sentimental and it's a bit like that, but I think it's good because the film is essentially about believing, and Mara Wilson is absolutely great as well. I love her the way she is, and is he going to win her round? And I like, there's so much magic in this, and it just shows you what a great actor he was right through his career, right from Brighton Rock right through, and of course as a director as well. But I mean, I just love him. I can't say any more about him. Just one of my all-time favorite actors and director, of course. And this film, he's just great, and it's a lovely Christmas film, and I love it. Yeah, I've not seen the original, but I know it sounds bad thinking, oh, you should watch the original, but I don't feel I want to watch it. It sounds a bit bad, but I just love this so much.
So I watched this for the first time the other week in preparation, and it's everything I dislike in a Christmas film. Because it is really sentimental and syrupy, and I don't enjoy watching these almost like just too good-natured to be true sort of films. It's just like, it almost makes me want to vomit. And you mentioned the little girl, her performance, and you said she was fantastic, but I found her irritating. I found her really, really irritating. But yeah, Richard Attenborough's excellent in it. He always is, isn't he? But yeah, I'll probably never ever go back to this film. It's just not my sort of Christmas film. I prefer something a bit more non-conventional, really. Elizabeth Perkins, though, she looks stunning in it. I don't know what they did with the lens of the camera, but she seemed to have an aura around her. She was absolutely stunning in it. Yeah. Have you got any recollection, Darren?
Yeah, I did see it when it came out. I can't really remember whether my wife actually watched the George Seaton one yesterday, and she said that she thought it was much better than the remake. But yeah, I don't really have that much of a recollection of it, other than thinking it was fine, I think, when I saw it. So, but yeah, like she was curious again. She wanted to watch a Christmas movie she'd never seen before. She watched this yesterday, and yeah, she really enjoyed it.
Right. Excellent. We've still not got any more comments, so we'll crack on with probably the most divisive of the choices, and it's Darren's choice. And that is Terrifier 3. And just before he starts talking, he did warn me and he said, I'm throwing this in as a bit of a hand grenade. So, because I was expecting you to choose Black Christmas, to be honest.
Well, I did. It was between this and, I mean, Black Christmas is probably the best Christmas horror film ever made. We'll get that out the way first. But Terrifier 3, I think, you know, the Terrifier films, no matter what you think about them, and a lot of people either, you know, love or hate the Terrifier films, I just have such admiration for the director and what he's done in terms of, you know, the first film, I think, cost something ridiculous like 60,000 or something like that. The second film cost 250,000, and it looks like, you know, a $10 million movie. And then the third film, at this point in his career, you know, he announces he's going to do this third film, and out of the he's not bowed down to pressure from studios. He's not taken a deal at all. He's stayed an independent filmmaker, and he used the money that he made off of Terrifier 2 to make Terrifier 3, which was around about 2 million, and independently released it himself. And it took over $100 million worldwide at the box office.
Wow.
And I just think, you know, no matter what you think about the franchise itself, and I'm not a huge fan, I'll be honest, I'm just okay with it. They're all a bit the same, you know what I mean? How far can we push things, you know? And I don't actually think he's pushed it much further with Terrifier 3. I think you just get more of the same. But what he's done for independent cinema, I just think is incredible. And I think he's a great role model for people that, you know, who are wanting to get into making films, that you can do it. Do you know what I mean? And you can make a success of it without having to bow down to a huge studio.
Yeah.
And have their help.
You just need some talent on board, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah. And, you know, he's doing a fourth film now. Whether this franchise has peaked on, I don't know. Whether it took so much money because people were curious to see just how far he's going to go with this. And the third film is a Christmas, you know, he's dressed up as Santa Claus for the most part of the movie, going around hacking people up. But yeah, I just think the story behind Terrifier, the same with a lot of movies, is more interesting, I think, than the film itself. And, you know, I'm a big fan of the slasher subgenre, and I think it's great news for that particular subgenre. The fact that this guy can keep going and keep making money and keep horror films in cinemas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just a very positive experience all round. Is the making of this film.
I mean, I've seen all three, and I've not really got the urge to ever watch them again, because they're all very similar in tone, and it's gratuitously violent, like almost sickening at times.
Yeah,
you can't. Sometimes I had to turn away because it was so gruesome. And I think he does it just to get an effect from, you know, affects people, and I don't know if he's doing it to progress the storyline as such. He's just trying to get a reaction out of people. But for me, all three films are the same film. Apart from the very end of Terrifier 3, which hopefully is going to progress the narrative a bit further. Yeah, which it looks like it will do, and then we might. I want to find out the mythology behind Art the Clown and what have you. We don't really know we know he's like a demonic. What is he? A demonic entity. Yeah. But I'd like to know why he looks like a bloody clown for a start. But yeah, I'd like, for the fourth film, I'd like to find out a bit more about him, a bit more of a backstory, and then we've got the heroine in place to take him on in the fourth as well, haven't we? Yeah. Because doesn't her Does her son get sucked into a hole or into hell or something at the end of this film? I can't remember what happens now.
I'm trying to remember now.
I saw it at the cinema, but
yeah, I'm trying to remember what happened. It's a year or so since I've seen it now.
Yeah, so I'm hoping he'll embellish on the storyline in the next film and maybe bring it to a close. I don't want it to just keep going and going for just to make money. It'd be nice to close out the series.
It'll be interesting to see if he has talent in another genre completely. I don't mean another horror film, but something completely different. Because I get the feeling like that he will end up working for a studio, but doing different types of films, and then maybe they won't work, and he'll just end up coming back to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like that's on the cards. But good for him for.
I mean, you can't argue that the practical effects are incredible. It's
they are.
Absolutely.
I
mean, for the budget,
he does them all himself.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah,
all the makeup and practical effects are amazing. But
as a director, you think, you've got enough on your plate as it is, without having to get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning every day to make that guy look like he does there on that picture. You know what I mean? Because that takes 3 to 4 hours or whatever it is, and he's got to do that every day on the shoot.
Yeah, I know. Ian's not a big fan of the Terrifier films.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. I think we should encourage independent kind of films like this, and people who've got a passion for films. But for me personally, I know it sounds. I switched it off. I was bored with it. And you say, how can you be bored with all that's going on? Because it just gets the same. It just seems to be showing more and more special effects, practical effects. Yeah. But I got bored with it. I just, to me, there's no character development, nothing in there that interests me. I'm bored with it.
I get that.
He's not, to me, a lot of people now, you see it in sort of horror circles, see him as an iconic figure already. He's a cult iconic figure. But to me, he's nowhere near, a Jason or a Freddy. He's absolutely not anywhere near those.
No.
But that's personal. I understand people do have a love for this, but it's not for me. I was bored with it. And I've got to be honest, when you switch them off, and I don't switch a lot of things off, but this was, I just couldn't endure anymore. I was just so bored with it. Yeah, I really was.
I mean, they're all
horror.
like
the horror was watching it. It was horrific having to endure it all. That's it. I know that sounds awful because a lot of love has obviously been put into this film, and as you say, but that was just my.
There's not. I mean, like we've said, there's not much of a storyline. It's just like one gory scene linking to another gory scene to another gory scene. There's not a right lot of substance going on at the moment, is there? But yeah, I know. Obviously, Darren likes it more than we do.
Yeah,
I'm just a bit sort of. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, if you were to ask me, my favorite horror movie is Halloween. Always will be.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that the horror genre is being kept alive by by this franchise. So like I say, I haven't seen it since it first came out, so it's not something I'm itching to watch again or anything, but I'm impressed with the way that he's handled the franchise. I'm impressed with the way that he's not been tempted to take the property to a studio and have it be sanitized, and because a studio would never release a film that's as violent as this. They would have him make it an R-rated movie, which it isn't. It's unrated completely, which they can do in the US. So it's props to the director more than anything.
Yeah. Si says he loves Terrifier 3. 5 people walked out of the audience screen. Scream? Audience scream unseen.
Yeah.
I was. Sorry, I can't work out what he's trying to say there. Walked out of the audience screen unseen. I was at.
No, it's
okay.
Scream Unseen is a monthly night that Odeon do where they show a horror film that you don't know what it is. You take a guess. You gamble on it. So you turn up, and in this instance, it was Terrifier 3.
Yeah, right. 2 walked out when it was announced. 3 walked after the glass scene. And then he says her cousin gets sucked into hell.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not a brother, it's a cousin. Right, final choice. But I'm gonna ask a question at the end of all this, because me and Ian had a discussion about non-Christmas films that we watch and sort of deem as a Christmas film, sort of thing. So if you
like one of our dinosaurs is missing or something
like that, yeah, something that you've got a fondness for, that sort of you associate with Christmas, but it's not necessarily a Christmas film.
Yeah.
Right. So my final choice is Lethal Weapon. What can I say about Lethal Weapon? It's one of the best buddy cop films of all time. It's set during Christmas. You have a final fight on the front lawn of Roger Murtaugh's house. The Christmas trees caved in by Gary Busey's car, and it's definitely a Christmas film because it's set during Christmas. You've got a suicide off the balcony at the beginning, which sets the tone perfectly. And you've got Tom Atkins, who's one of the great horror actors, isn't he? Tom Atkins. He's the father of the daughter who commits suicide. But it's all about Martin Riggs and Roger Murtaugh, played by Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. They're the best double act. I think they're the best double act in film. I just love how they play off each other. One's psychotic and the other's too old for this shit. And I just love it. Yeah. Great film score composed by Eric Clapton and Michael Kamen as well. You've got a great baddie by Gary Busey, who's looking a bit ropey these days. Have you seen him recently?
Yeah.
He's looking a bit ropey. Yeah, I just love it. It's an exciting cop film. I love it.
I think he had an accident, didn't he? A bike accident or something.
Oh, did he? Oh, is that why?
So he's not the full ticket anymore, unfortunately. But it's Lethal Weapon. I mean, like it was a staple for me as a kid growing up, and still love it today. I think they're still going on about the fact they might do a 5th one, and it's like, well, if you think about it, Murtaugh celebrates his 50th birthday in the original Lethal Weapon.
It does, yeah.
Right? The original Lethal Weapon is 38 years old, right? Now, if they were to do a sequel, and it came out next year, for example, Murtaugh would be
88.
Yeah. So
you could have him as a bit of an Ironside character in a wheelchair, couldn't you? And Mel Gibson pushing him around with his Santa beard, because he has an impressive beard, doesn't he?
Yeah. So, but the thing that was, though, that actually Danny Glover was only 40 when he was in this film.
He was
10 years younger than what his character was. But I just leave it. We've got 4 of them already. We don't need another one. And I think it's that whole deathbed thing that Richard Donner apparently turned to Mel Gibson not long before he died and said, "Look, will you direct it?" And so that's what Mel Gibson's hanging on to. But I think the truth is, I don't think Warner Brothers want to make it, in all honesty. Nothing's been confirmed. You keep seeing things on on Facebook and social media sites saying it's going ahead, but it'll never happen. Never.
Like you say, I don't think we need it, do we? We've got 4 films, and they're all good as well. They're all entertaining.
Good.
Yeah. What do you think, Ian?
I mean,
this is probably the most unconventional of the Christmas films I chose.
I like to binge watch them, actually. I like to watch, if you've got plenty of time, just watch one after another. They're kind of so comfortable. When you watch a film and it feels comfortable, these films feel comfortable. They just fit together. I love them. And I think, what more can I say? I think you said it all about them. I do. They're so easy to watch. When things are easy to watch, sometimes you need things that are easy to watch, that feel comfortable and enjoyable and entertaining. And it's you love watching their dynamics as a partnership together, the humor and the caring for each other. They really care for each other. And I love when you meet the wives and his wife, because he had got one, I think, Mel Gibson. But there's something warm about the film, as well as the comedy, and the kick ass as well.
Yeah.
So what a combination! If you kick your ass, comedy, warm film, friendship, character,
and their relationship grows throughout the whole series as well.
Well, it's almost like Murtaugh's accepted him as a member of his family, isn't it? That's
absolutely.
How it progresses. Yeah.
Because he finds out that his wife's, died, and we find out how in the second film, don't we?
Right.
Yeah. But So he sort of puts him under his wing, if you like.
Yeah.
Because he needs it. He needs family.
And it was great. The end. I remember going to see the second one in the cinema, and it was like, the ending was just perfect. The two of them there. He's shot to hell.
Yeah,
he's just cradling him, and it just finishes, and you're like, what's happening here now? Is he dead? Is he going to die? Is it going to, they're going to do another one? And we had to wait a good 3-4 years or something before the third one came along. But third one was okay.
But I like them all, I mean, they do get worse as they go on, but they're still all entertaining.
I also think in some respects, I think the second film's better than the first. I think it's one of those rare occurrences, whereas, and it doesn't happen often, maybe Mad Max 2, maybe Superman 2 is better than the original. I don't know, there's some second films out there. There's not many. Godfather 2 as well.
Yeah.
That's better than the original. I think Lethal Weapon 2 is better in some ways.
And throughout of all our choices, Josh Ackland's in the second one, isn't he?
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, this is my favourite, but Lethal Weapon 2 is excellent as well. Sai says the fight between Riggs and Mr. Joshua is one of the best fights in action movie.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Yeah. So those are our choices of proper Christmas films: unconventional, horror, and traditional. But I did pose the question a little bit earlier about, is there any film that you associate with Christmas that isn't a Christmas film? So I'll set the ball rolling, because I used to watch this every Christmas. So it's more of a nostalgic thing. And I will put forward The Great Escape. The Great Escape was on every Christmas, and I now associate it with Christmas because, like I say, I watched it every year. And it's not a Christmas film at all. But when you think about Christmas, I often think about The Great Escape. And it's such a great war film. Incredible cast, great story. It's just, a compelling World War II drama. I love it. What did you think of anything, Ian, when we had this discussion?
Yeah, I mean, the film I watch every Christmas, I'm going to watch it again. It's probably maybe a bit strange, but it's a film I just love. It goes back to my childhood again, going to see it for the first time. and then seeing it over years. It's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Go on, I absolutely adore Chitty Chitty Bang Bang
with the child catcher.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a wonderful film. The songs, I've got a soundtrack and I'm singing along to all the songs. Absolutely love it. And there's Benny Hill in it. Crikey, Benny Hill. Everything about it. I love. And Dick Van Dyke, what an actor, what a career.
He's still going, isn't he? He's reached 100.
Yes,
I love Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. It's one I'm looking forward again to watching it. Coming next week on Christmas Day. Be watching.
Is it on TV?
I don't know. Oh. I don't watch live TV much. So.
I've not seen that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So,
it's great.
Well, yeah, I need to watch it again.
I mean, there's 3, I think, that come to mind. I think one of them is the Gene Wilder Chocolate Factory. I can never remember the title of it. Is it Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes, that's it, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, which always feels like a Christmas movie, but actually isn't.
It does, doesn't it? It's got that magical, flavour about it.
Yeah. The other one I would say is Digby, because that was always on at Christmas when I was a kid. Do you remember the biggest dog in the world?
Yeah, I do remember it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. I remember.
Digby was one, and then there was another one that I was thinking of as well. I think I have to say, and I was chatting to a friend of mine about this the other day. I'm going to say it was 1981, and Earthquake was on ITV. And I was really excited about watching it. But the BBC did their schedules, and they scheduled. I think it was Boxing Day. I'm pretty sure it was Boxing Day. The BBC scheduled Towering Inferno against it. And my mum and dad wouldn't let me watch Earthquake. They said, "You'll like this film so much more." And I was so upset. And I watched it. And I thought it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen, and still do to this day.
Towering Inferno?
Yeah. What a film!
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Two big studios coming together. Even the little, the fact that Paul Newman and Steve McQueen had to have exactly the same amount of spoken dialogue in the film, exactly the same amount of words. The fact that when the credits hit on screen, one's on the left, the other's on the right. The one on the left is lower, but the one on the right is higher. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they had to come to agreement over how their names were positioned on the screen and everything.
Who gets top billing?
Exactly. Well, they both got it.
Yeah.
But, you can't put them together on the screen at the side of each other because it makes the one look more important than the other. The one on the left look more important than the one on the right. So what they did was, I think they dropped Steve McQueen's name slightly, but put him on the left and put Newman's on the right and raised it. So it was like, it felt equal that way.
Isn't Towering Inferno a Christmas film? I know they're having a party in the building at. Oh no, it's the opening of the tower, isn't it?
It's the opening of it, yeah.
Is it set at Christmas though? I've just got in my head, I've got a big Christmas tree in there somewhere, but I can't remember.
Well, no, that's Poseidon.
Yeah.
Poseidon, because they have to climb up the tree to get out of the room, don't they?
Yeah, you're right. So Poseidon's a Christmas film.
It is. Poseidon was actually New Year's Eve, wasn't it? Because they do the countdown.
Yeah. Right. We've just got one more comment. And Sai says he likes to watch Porridge, Bugsy Malone, and Roger Moore Bond film at Christmas. Can't complain about any of those three. Oh, Rocket Bunny's in. A bit late, Rocket Bunny. But we'll forgive you. Hey guys, just got back and caught the last 15 minutes. My favourite non-Christmas movies to watch at Christmas: Flash Gordon, Where Eagles Dare. Yeah,
that's a great film. Yeah. That was on last Christmas.
And this year, ready for Christmas present wrapping, Krull.
Flash Gordon's fantastic.
Yeah. Flash Gordon's a good film. I think, that used to be on quite a lot every Christmas, didn't it? Flash Gordon. So cheesy and camp, but it's great. It's great. Fantastic. So that's it. That's the conclusion to the our top 5 Christmas films. Thanks for joining me, Ian and Darren. Can you tell us what you've got in the pipeline? I know Darren's got 2 channels. He's got his his individual Only Sans horror channel, and he's got his podcasts, the Slaughtered Lamb podcast, who he does with Frank. Is it? It's Frank.
That's right. Yeah. We're just on a bit of a break at the moment, so yeah.
But if you love horror, head over to Darren's channel, because he's just fantastic when it comes to horror films. He does all these ranking live streams on a Thursday, which are good fun. You can get involved with that. And then Ian's got his live stream on Wednesday, and he does all things Doctor Who and X-Files. So if you like Doctor Who and X-Files, head over to his channel. But it's been a pleasure having these 2 guests. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me and being up for this. Thank you.
No worries. It's been a pleasure.
Have you got anything coming up on your channels? Darren, sorry. I'm going to do a live just before Christmas, I think. I'm also working on a what do I call it? Like a little documentary thing about the golden age of slasher, which is from 1978 to 1984. I'm just figuring out how to do that at the moment, whether I do it as 1 episode or whether I do it as a bunch of episodes. So I'm working on that right now. So yeah. And Ian, have you got anything? You've got a live stream coming.
I've got my live stream on Christmas Eve, and then after that, I'm going to turn my attention. I haven't thought about it totally, but I've got to start thinking what my favourite films of 2025 are going to be. So I've got to think about that. There's a few already in contention. I've got to decide which I'm going to put. I think I'll do maybe top 5 or 6. Something like that, of my favourite films of this year. And Sinners hasn't quite got there. I might watch them again and just see.
I think Companion's going to be in there, though, isn't it, Ian?
I think that might still be number 1, Companion. I love it so much. I fell in love with that film.
I think mine might be, weirdly, The Lost Bus.
All right.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's Matthew McConaughey. It's a Paul Greengrass film, and it's on Apple's streaming site. It's a true story about the fires in Hollywood. All the it's like a disaster film essentially. Basically, he's a school bus driver and he gets caught in the middle of these huge fires with like 15 kids on his bus.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
About to cook alive in this bus, and he has to get them out of. It's terrific, really is. No one talks about it, no one's seen it. It's tucked away on Apple's channel, and it's a great, and obviously with a director like that, Paul Greengrass, you're gonna it's gonna be a tense ride, and it is, completely is.
One film I would recommend that I saw at the Leeds Film Festival, it was a film, a Moroccan film called Sirat. And it's about this father and his son, and they go out into the Moroccan desert, where they have these raves, like hidden raves. So they're like secret because the government want to shut them down. But he goes to these raves to try and find his missing daughter. And as the film progresses, it turns into a bit of a road movie, and it's got a real feel of the film Wages of Fear or Sorcerer.
Oh, Sorcerer.
It's an incredible film, and like you're literally gripping the arms on your chair. It's brilliant. And the sound is incredible when he's at these raves. It's like proper assault on the senses. I would recommend Sirat. It's very good. I don't think it's come out yet, but yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the best films I've seen.
Oh,
this
I was
year.
thinking of another one I missed. Is Weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Got to watch it again and again. I know
good.
you're not quite as impressed, are you, Jamie? With
I thought it were a bit. I thought the hype wasn't really deserved, but it was okay.
I loved the whole surprise of the ending and the way it all came about. But yeah.
Right, so we'll shut this stream down. Thanks for everyone that's watched, and thank you if you watch us on catch up. Give us a like, give us a follow. There'll be more streams in the future. I'll be doing my pickup videos, and I might do a top 2025 video as well, going through my favourite films. It's a good idea, Ian. I might do that myself.
Yeah.
Jump on the bandwagon. But yeah, thanks again to Ian and Darren for joining me. I hope you both have an amazing Christmas and New Year. Yeah, I'll say my goodbye. Goodbye. I'll let you say your goodbyes.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Go on, Ian. Do your customary one.
I'll see you again.
Thank you. Goodbye. Right.